Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another Oracle meditation with MARKANNA Wellness. I'm Anna,
And I'm Mark.
and today we're using our Egyptian Book of the Dead Oracle. So, this was one we picked up last fall, actually, when we were in Gulf Shores, and we haven't used it too much.
No?
But we're going to be in that area again next week, and we're going to do our meditation from Florida next week. So we're excited to do that. But for today, we'll see what this oracle has to say. And when we travel, we'll be sure to bring not only oracle deck, but we may do some tarot videos while we're there as well. And we'll be officially moving into Cancer season, so we'll also do our Cancer season reading.
And we'll be celebrating 2 years of being married.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're saging the cards. We've got our dragon's blood sage. So we're going to sage and cleanse the energy from the cards and see what the Egyptian Book of the Dead Oracle has to say. So here we go. These are really pretty cards. And we've got
Anubis.
Anubis.
Is there a number? Or
Number one.
number one.
Anubis.
Yeah, he is kind of one of the main ones you think of
Yeah.
when it comes to like Egyptian mythology. But the key ideas he holds is darkness, transformation, and thresholds. It indicates a period of growth during a darker time, which I think a lot of people can identify with right now.
Mhm.
The seed of your future has been sown in darkness, and it will shoot up when you least expect it. It may not look as good as you imagined it would. You must face your fears and let go of any unnecessary conflict that surrounds you. Your sense of identity may be challenged during this time, and you might be asked to release old ideas of who you were in favor of who you need to be in the days ahead. Bear in mind that dark nights of the soul are inevitable, but they do not last forever. Let Anubis be your strength and guide.
I like that.
I feel like that's really powerful.
That is, especially, we all go through times that feel dark or, hard to move through or we just don't understand. So for this meditation, we'll do a little bit about that darkness and how we can, shine from that. So finding this comfortable seat or laying down wherever you are, just getting comfy here for a moment, just to take a few minutes. This might be about 10 minutes, just to connect to ourselves. So if it feels good to softly close your eyes, or you can have your eyes open, I would just like to envision us as that seed, maybe that seed that's being planted in the ground, just noticing us here in the ground, kind of in the dark, covered up, kind of buried by these things that are creating these shadows, this darkness where we can't really see. So if we can envision ourselves as that seed, planting ourselves here in the earth, we're already here representing ourselves, kind of discovering how to blossom. But we first have to discover ourselves in that darkness, in that groundedness, because that's where it really exists here deep inside. It's buried, it's planted. And that darkness is there to help really nurture and help release those things that are holding us down to bring more light into our life. So as we start to notice those dark things or negative things here surrounding us or in our life, is there any way we can bring a little more just awareness to being grateful that that even exists, that we have the opportunity to notice the difference? Because if we didn't have this darkness, are these negative energies around, we wouldn't even know what light or positive energy even looked like or felt like. So we have to have that balance so that we can just emerge and blossom from the ground. So once we start to notice just a little compassion for the darker things here in our life, for those shadows that are showing up, just giving that some love here, maybe even thinking about watering that seed of darkness. What nutrients does that seed, what do you need to help that darkness open up into the light? So once we start to see that connection of compassion to even this darker side of ourselves, we can start to extend those roots out a little bit into the earth. And they might even start to get close to the surface. We're starting to create a little ease around the darkness. Even though it feels like we can't see the answer, we can't quite see the light, we haven't quite broken through whatever this is that's affecting us right now. Each one of us personally having a different just interaction with all of life around us. Starting to be grateful for those little roots, those little arms coming out, reaching for the light, reaching for those answers. And just giving ourselves some compassion and gratitude for just taking those next steps to recognize that this is all just a part of us. And it's beginning to be the mirror of us. We're starting to see out in the world who we are, what we represent. And when we start to recognize that that seed of darkness there is all our own, we can start to really shift how that darkness feels. That darkness starts to become a power, and not a power to use to harm or hurt or get revenge or to feel like you have the upper hand, but to simply bring peace to that seed you planted. Because it all begins right there, learning how to shift your darkness into the light. So as we start to notice that lightness starting to come over that darkness by just bringing our awareness into it, breathing our life into it, we can start to exhale and release some of the burden, some of the stress, just around those feelings, around those sensations in our body. And we can start to notice a little bit of those roots, a little bit of a stem starting to pop out of the ground, starting to feel the warmth of that light of the sun, remembering the strength and the ease we have by following our passion, bringing all our energy and focus into what truly matters here in our life. And as that stem begins to blossom up, it starts to open up a beautiful flower. And this flower can be your favorite flower. This flower represents you, so it could be many colors. It could just be your favorite color. We want that flower to start to open up and expand out, recognizing that this flower is our light, our love, still connected to that darkness below us. As that flower begins to blossom and open up into the world. Start to absorb all that energy that that flower reflects, all that beauty that you are. Not everyone gets to see all that hard work, all that patience, that pain, that time it took for that seed to blossom. But now that flower is expanding so big, so full of life. It's starting to surround all the people you know, everything around you. And we just want to send some love and compassion to all of those still in the dark. We want to show them that bright flower, that energy, so we can help them, so we can lift everyone up. So maybe bringing to your awareness, may all beings have peace. May all beings recognize their darkness. And may all beings be open to the light. And just noticing how that shifts our awareness into that wholeness, bringing everything into alignment. We're not too dark. We're not too light. We're perfect, right as we are. Starting to come back to this space, just opening our eyes, feeling refreshed, renewed, opening those eyes like a flower. So just know that that darkness is always here, just like the light. There's always an opposite. So when we find that balance, it's not so easy to get pulled into the darkness. We can more recognize and sense it and really stay more in that positive light. Because I think most of us want to represent that highest good and have peace for everyone, and be able to maintain that energy and hold that focus really is the practice. So the more we can come back to our passion, to just unfold the darkness with compassion, we can bring more light into our life. And then really, we are just that beacon of truth and passion. Passion is your purpose. If you're lost and you can't get out of the dark, passion is the remedy. So find what lights you up and give your full focus to that, because everything else really is just designed to pull you away, to pull you into a darkness, when really your passion is the light of the world. So don't hold back.
Well, and I'd love to hear in the comments a way that you maybe want to shed light on someone you love or someone that needs a little more of that light in their life. So if you're willing to share that, we'd love to hear. And we'll see you soon for our cancer meditation, our cancer reading and meditation for cancer season. And then we'll be from Florida next week. So thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you guys so much.